Hey y'all, I know the sun is still shining bright, but it's almost 7 o'clock and that gives me an hour to do this, to put everything to bed and to feed Jake and take a shower because it's Shark Week. Well, everything's kind of overgrown. We've had since last video, it rained every single day. Today is the first day without no rain. I took the weed whacker to this right here. You can still see a lot of growth, but it was about mid-thigh. It was all that weed. So the plants are suffering because of a lot of rain and the damn vole. No, we haven't killed it yet. But I just went through, took the weed whacker up and down, everything, trying not to sink. Weed-eated, pulled weeds through here, harvested a bunch of stuff. But the vole is pretty much killing over here. So he keeps setting the trap and it goes off, but there's no dead rodent. So it's just, I'm frustrated. I'm at this point, I'm just trying to keep what alive what I can. So my acorn squash decided to go through my double sunflower, so I pulled it off. So it's kind of grumpy right now. Just picked a couple zucchinis from here. Sweet potatoes are doing good over here. These ones, they're grabbing onto the fence. So, and I'm intertwining them. Mark's kohlrabi. I think it's the moss and cutter bees that are attacking these guys. I did get my 2 eggplants off of there. I didn't harvest any peppers today. I'm just too tired after mowing and weed whacking. So looks like I'll get that one tomorrow for Mark's lunch. Okra is getting tall. So potatoes over here. Everybody's getting big. I soaked this really good even though they didn't need it because I wanted to pull all these weeds up. So everything's doing good. We got our first, finally, purple cayenne. It's tiny, but it's there. So, and that kohlrabi, I got to transplant some more of that. But that's what I got today. I don't let my stuff ripen on the vines because too many things. Well, hello, pretty butterfly. You're not a monarch, but are you the one laying your eggs all over my milkweed? The bees and butterflies are loving this Mexican sunflower. There's several of them flying around. But I think the vole's going through here now because I've got a bunch of plants that are starting to die. I've got to come out in the morning and trim everything back and clean it up. So, like right through here, I think a whole plant is dead. I just noticed that. It wasn't that way yesterday. Because I came out in between the rain and picked cucumbers and whatnot. So I was trimming this up to keep my walkway, but you could see even non-Amishes are starting to die from the vole. So, I mean, Mark and I we don't know how. I've got to order that coyote urine because the trap's not working. It's just literally coming up, digging. See, he pushed up through there again. Digging right through here, and it's just making a buffet on my tomato roots. And I am just losing plant after plant. And I'm so frustrated. So when I start seeing big tomatoes, I bring them inside and let them ripen inside so I can kind of control it, and that way I can start making salsa. But yeah, more Amishes are dying. So he's just going to town. So, but nobody sells, well, Lowe's and Home Depot sell coyote and fox urine, but you have to get it online. So so far I've gotten 12 Amishes. I've never had this much problem. Amishes, yeah, they get kind of bitchy when they first start out, but once they get established, they just do great. Even the German Johnsons are struggling with this thing. You can see him just digging through there. So, and then I think Mark's liking this part because wherever the pumpkin or gourds are growing, he doesn't have to mow. So they're breaching that. So, yeah, you can tell I kind of weed whacked around where Mark kind of just avoided. These guys, sweet potatoes, they're poking through the fence, but they seem to be happy. But like I said, I'm not sure. I think it's the moth caterpillars that are eating these. I didn't weed whack along the fence because I got a bunch of sunflowers growing. All right, come inside. All right. For the most part, everybody back here seems to be happy besides my Amishes. I don't know what's going on even with the potted Amishes. But the whites, the Germans, and the Cherokees are all doing great. They just keep putting out tomatoes and they're healthy. They're growing great. But my Amishes are like dying. So I don't know. I'm so frustrated at this point. See, there's another one. And they just all got fed. So it's not lack of nutrients. And everybody got a calcium boost with antacids. And so, but black rims are all nice and happy. I can't see because of the sun. Sorry, I'm trying to do this so I can go do Shark Week. Mint's blooming. North sunflowers. Yeah, that little vole went to town back here and out there. Mark's jicama, inside and out, are both happy. Mark's new raspberry bush, I've definitely got to get that in the ground. It's just going ballistic. So, no moonflowers yet. So don't even see any pods yet. So, but I noticed on my milkweed, it has tons of eggs. Tons of eggs. I don't know if they're monarchs. I haven't seen any monarchs yet this year, but those are definitely eggs. I mean, I did see other different butterflies and caterpillars on this milkweed, but I just noticed that today. So if anybody know what type of eggs those are, let me know. So, but none on this milkweed. These peppers seem to be very happy being moved over here. Like I said, I haven't harvested any peppers today. I'm going to do that tomorrow before the heat starts. These guys are still going. They're putting out. I just took like 6 off this morning. So, and they've got plenty. They're just ugly, but they're putting out. So, I mean, I need to cut about 70 cucumbers inside the house right now. So I'm going to be doing pickles tomorrow. Oh, that cucumber's got a figure 8 body going. So, but I did, when I was watering and weed whacking, noticed I had a Alice in Wonderland caterpillar. If you don't know what I'm talking about that moon, the hummingbird moth that does the green caterpillar, the tomato worm. But I literally tore these plants apart looking, and I could not find it. So it must have happened. With all during the rain and stuff. And I'm hoping the birds got it because I could not find it anywhere, and that is the only plant that I saw that got attacked. So, but my shoot-toes are getting red, and now the panniers are getting full. Like I said, we've had so much rain, and then I had to get mowing done today because hell starts. Oh, that heat dome. They said for the next 10 days, we're going to be heat indexed into 105 to 110s with high humidity. So, yeah. Oh, I got to get there's a wheat growing in there. But that's how everybody's looking after all this rain we've had. Yeah, I know I need to harvest my herbs, but when I did come out to do stuff, it would be lightning or thundering, and I've got too much metal in my body to be out here doing thunder and lightning. So, like I said, just a quick, that's a tall sunflower. You got big old tall. So everything's enjoying the sun. Like it says, it's first day with no rain in a week, 8 days. So, I mean, the air had been so heavy. I mean, yesterday, Mark and I couldn't even come outside. We had to push Jake outside. It was, 90 yesterday with 87% humidity. And it was just, you couldn't even breathe. It was so nasty. So, but today was beautiful. We got all the yard work done, but needed to get done. And so, I mean, I'll be working on the garden during the morning and evenings when I go and come to water, but I'm not coming out mid-afternoon at all for the next 10 days. So, look at more sunflowers getting ready to go. Hummingbirds have been going to town on the Canaan lilies. So, but no eggs on this milkweed yet. So, but like I said, I hope everybody else's garden is faring a lot better than mine. If anybody has any idea without using poison to get rid of those voles, please let me know. I'm at my wit's end with it. So, alrighty then. I will see you in a week and try to stay cool as I battle the heat and the voles. See you later. Bye.